much again for joining us today. We are in our Spotlight series for July 2020 Virtual Art Hop here with Yolonda Lavender, Soul Artistry. And I'm almost like, we're about to be at the end here, which I'm like, no, don't leave me. So we're going to go into our last piece here. And we're, again, so glad that you've been able to tune in with us and talking about the community, talking about visual artists. Yolonda, this has just been great and fabulous, and thank you again for being here, because your time is valuable and valued. And I, on behalf of just even myself and also to the Arts Council, we appreciate you and appreciate the work that you're doing with us, because
my pleasure.
It takes your emotion, your mental, your physical, you know, already involved in other things, but you know, what you're giving is just such a beautiful piece, and we need to recognize that more. And you know how I feel about you, so so talking and kind of bringing this around. I won't say full circle, because you know it's not done yet. But we talked about the organizations and the spaces and what we need, you know, from them. Most importantly, I want to know from your conversations with individual artists, what are they saying that they need, and how can we start to open up and not just hear each other, but actually hear from those mouths and those visual artists who are coming in. What are some things that you're hearing that they might need, and how can we start listening to that?
Yeah, great questions. So I think that the first thing is that there has to be opportunities provided to companies like Soul Artistry, organizations like the Black Arts and Cultural Center that are in tune with and working with those marginalized artists, with Black artists, artists of color, other groups that are marginalized. Organizations, people, companies that have the connection to those artists have to be provided with the opportunities to be that bridge. And so that's a very important thing. And then also what I hear from artists, again, is capital. They have to be able to have the funding that they need to be able to do their work. You know, historically, Black artists, artists of color, other marginalized artists, you know, have been just bled of their work and have not received compensation for it in disproportionate numbers in comparison to their white and other counterparts. And that is, you know, unacceptable and is not something that we should be moving forward with at all. And so I think, again, being connected to those artists, companies and organizations that are connected to those artists, so that the conversations can happen around the reason why paying artists is so important. Hearing it from those artists is definitely the first step. And again, we got to lean into those moments of discomfort, things that might be tough to hear, whatever it might be. We have to just really be okay with being present and listening to that. But then not only listening and having a panel and having a workshop, but the action behind it, you know, it has to look differently than it has in the past. And I just cannot stress enough the importance of compensation for creatives, specifically, again, Black artists, artists of color, just based on the history and the opportunities not being provided, and, you know, giving of yourself and your artistry for free. It just is something that has to change. And so Soul Artistry is committed to that, committed to working with organizations like the Arts Council and others, so that we can be that bridge to make sure that artists are aware of those opportunities that are available, so that organizations are aware of the artists and know who's out here, and that we're able to just create a community, and again, one that is safe for these artists, whether they're emerging and new or have been doing this for years. We need to be able to meet them where they're at. And again, I'm gonna say it until I'm blue in the face. We gotta be able to pay them for the work that they're providing. So I am, again, committed to continuing to do that and provide those platforms and opportunities. And again, I just really think that this is just the beginning for Soul Artistry. You know, I just feel so grateful, again, for all the artists that we've been able to work with and, you know, connect with opportunities opportunities, but I really think this is just the start of that, really looking to focus this not only here in Kalamazoo, but moving, nationally, globally,
Yes.
so that we really can get this message out there, which is so important. So yeah, I think that's where it's at and what we need to do moving forward.
Yeah, and we're super excited for this July Art Hop to feature your July Art Hop artists on top of the artists that you've been working with in the past.
Absolutely.
But we're so excited to show her artwork and have her as a platform on our page.
Absolutely.
And I really think too, Yolanda, that we need to start listening and asking, and just asking the simple question of, what is it that you need?
Yeah.
And I think that's a deeper layer there when talking about why is it that when someone comes to someone asking for something, that someone gives a price and they pay for that price, but then we seek out other folks, okay?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we can't do that for you. When you talk about having uncomfortable conversations, I think it lies within the honesty of what we are doing to each other and how we're treating each other.
Yeah.
Because that just goes to show it's kind of like a double thing. Like, well, I value you, that's why I'm seeking you out, but I'm not going to pay you for it. It's like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah. Is that value? Yeah.
So, I know that we definitely have started something here. And if we could, I would be here all day with you, okay? But once again, this is a platform where we can, number one, branch out. Hopefully people are listening to this on all different levels, and you even say globally too as well. Hopefully other spaces and places are getting more ideas about, okay, let's actually sit down and ask ourselves, well, here's the question, let's give a why, and then let's go ahead and start working on a solution.
Yes.
And we have to start diving deep within ourselves.
Yes.
Thank you for expressing yourself honestly and openly with us today. We both, as artists, this is no problem, right? For us, it's like, hey, but we truly are, in the business of wanting to make sure that we're connecting with each other and connecting folks in the community. And again, thank you so much. And I want one of those t-shirts, okay? Okay, we all need to be wearing one of those t-shirts. And Yolanda, just as we wrap up, we want to make sure that folks are staying connected with you. Do you have other social media platforms that we can connect into for Soul Artistry?
Yeah, for sure. So the website, ylsoulartistry.com, folks can go there and check out all the stuff that we're doing. We have visual art, performing art, all of that on the website. You can go there for booking inquiries, anything there. And then all of our social media, Soul Artistry LLC, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So definitely feel free to check us out.
Great. And then again, can you just repeat that website again?
Yes, ylsoulartistry.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna get back on Instagram so I can get back in tune. But that's so great that you are able to kind of reach in all those spaces. And everyone, please make sure that you definitely stay tuned to those platforms, and that you can reach out to Soul Artistry, and also this is so great that we get to learn more about Soul Artistry and who they are, because when you go out to Art Hop, when you go out and you're engaging in these visual artist platforms, now you have more of a context of where this art's coming from and who you're seeing. And so we want to make sure that with this Spotlight series for July, that we're taking the time to get to know each other, because oftentimes we just kind of pass by and just keep floating, but this is the time to really seed into each other. And we just thank you so much from the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo. Just want to put a shout out to PMN too as well. Thank you, PMN, Public Media Network, for having us today. And we're so excited that you all get to tune in with us. And you'll be seeing more visual artwork on our Facebook here to come. Thank you so much.